and fun while covering all aspects of life, be it people, places, and trends in the Kingdom of Eswatini. We got you covered. The focus is on the quality of life. Eswatini Lifestyle will spark your interest. Catch Eswatini Lifestyle every Friday at 7:30 p.m. on Eswatini TV, Sibuko Semaswati.
Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by our number one news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondumiso Vilagade alongside Namaktabiso Nkambule, and here are your top stories. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Princess Milane, says if all Eswatini could work diligently in their respective places of work, the country can attain exponential growth and development. Eswatini stands to benefit from United Nations programs that seek to improve people's habitation, especially in informal settlements located in the peripheries of local cities and towns. The man who was shot while at Manzini bus rank on Sunday says he is still in the dark as to why he was shot. And now the news in detail. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Princess Milane, says if all Eswatini could work diligently in their respective places of work, the country can attain exponential growth and development. The minister has said this during a farewell function held in honor of Gideon Mhlongo, the outgoing Chief Executive Officer of Mbabane Municipal Council. The farewell function was held at the Hilton Garden Inn, and the minister was represented by the ministry's acting Principal Secretary, Makhosi Smelane.
The farewell dinner was attended by representatives of various stakeholders, and speakers commended Mhlongo for a job well done during his time as the Chief Executive Officer of the Mbabane Municipal Council.
Especially in the local government space, would have been better.
Chairman of the Mbabane Ratepayers and Residents Association, Patrick Bembe, says there is a need for progressive policies in the city in order to cater for the ever-changing needs of the people of Mbabane.
Our main concern is twofold. One is to see to it that the ratepayers and the residents of the city, one, they get value for money, they get quality service.
Gideon Mhlongo says his successful tenure in the capital city would not have been possible had it not been for the support he received from government and the people of Mbabane.
I've heard more ministers by but not we've never had in such an easy time a parliament. He had them in speeches, is a particular style.
A representative of the Association of Local Authorities Managers and Administrators, Apollo Mapalala, says they appreciated the fact that Mhlongo shared his skills and wisdom with all local administrators. Reporting for Eswatini TV, Mbongwa Dube in Mbabane.
Eswatini stands to benefit from United Nations programs that seek to improve people's habitation, especially in informal settlements located in the peripheries of local cities and towns. This has been said by the acting Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Makhosi Smelane, during the touring of local projects and informal settlements in some parts of the country by the Director of United Nations Habitat Regional Office for Africa, Omar Sila.
Housing, it's a basic human need. Ngakho-ke silive laseSwatini asisebenzeli nje kubona ngomhlaba. Mawunganaka ingonyama yale live nahulumende wayo. So lo uyaligalela live ukuthi aliye ku festival status. Asikwathi ke kuya lapho sihlala emapayipini noma sihlala ngetindlela etingakahleleki etindzaweni lapho khona kute kahle emanti kute lapho tindzawo mhlambe tanganisense nawo tonke tindzawo letikahle letikhomba kutsi sesihlala endzaweni letfutfukile.
The director of the United Nations Habitat Regional Office for Africa taught projects and human settlement areas in places such as Ngwenya, Woodlands, Mangozeni, Moneni, and Malkin Square, amongst others, where he appreciated the varying standards of habitation in these areas.
My observation is to commend first, the progress and also the political will we have seen here in Manzini or in Bandane, in really helping communities get access to decent life, but also to improving quality of lives. My recommendation is the following. First of all, of course, we have seen a huge dynamic in terms of planning, but the implementation of the planning need to be looked at in terms of enforcement, in terms of capacity, but also in terms of stakeholders, engagement. Because what we have seen in one of the informal settlements is the lack or the delay of payment on the prices of the land.
Omar Silafeda says the government of Eswatini has very good programs aimed at developing the standard of habitats in the country, but needs assistance in implementing these programs. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Mbongwa Dube with Cindy Swazwane in Manzini.
The Ministry of Home Affairs is warning the public about imposters who pose as its officials. The ministry says these imposters claim to be sent by the Minister of Home Affairs to verify their national identity cards for the upcoming elections. This has been said by the ministry's communications officer, Mlandvo Dlamini.
The Ministry of Home Affairs Communications Officer Mlambo Dlamini says the imposters go into people's homesteads with fake documents claiming to be sent by the government to verify national identity cards. Dlamini says these imposters have ulterior motives and are taking advantage of unsuspecting individuals. He also says these people further break into houses. Dlamini further says the ministry warns the nation that this is a scam and no such activity has been authorized by them. Dlamini says the ministry urges Eswatini to be vigilant and report any suspicious behavior from any strangers coming into their homes. He also says the public must refrain from sharing identity card details and financial information such as bank cards with strangers. The ministry urges citizens to share this information to family and friends. Reporting is Nosipon Sibande and Sebanele Mthethwa, Eswatini TV Mbabane.
The Eswatini Communications Commission's Innovation Challenge 2023 has moved to its third phase, where 15 selected tech startups will compete to get only 3 tech companies with innovative ideas that can be used to a larger scale. The Commission's Technical Services Director, Tulani Fagutse, says they are looking for technologies and applications that will solve a problem of interest in different sectors, such as agriculture and education.
The judging criteria of the Innovation Challenge is mainly focusing on 4 pillars, which is the impact of the project in Eswatini's ICT development. The judging criteria of the Innovation Challenge is mainly focusing on 4 pillars, which one of them is the impact of the project in Eswatini's ICT development.
Lokuthi ke sibuka inasilunga dineng lenhlanganiso lesibukako sibuka nje kwayona le product noma le solution lota nayo lokuthi itaba nelithindo lolunganane sivene.
The Commission's Technical Services Director Tulani Fagutse says the 15 tech startups will be judged based on the company's technological achievement, the capabilities of its key team members, as well as the potential of the project in being implemented at a bigger scale. Fagutse says young people will present their proposal in front of the panel of judges on Tuesday and Wednesday. Fagutse says the challenge was launched in February this year and is looking to encourage ICT in education through addressing any challenges in the education sector that hinders e-learning uptake, including learning from the COVID-19 pandemic. Fagutse says they are also looking at ICT in agriculture through the development of applications and integrated systems in all fields. The Commission received 42 eligible entries from organizations that are owned by young people. For Eswatini TV News, Ndomlangeni, Themba Shabangu, Ezulwini.
The man who was shot while at Manzini bus rank on Sunday says he is still in the dark as to why he was shot. The survivor of the shooting says he was from Hlangano when the unfortunate incident happened. The man who is recuperating in hospital is one of the two people who were randomly shot at by an unidentified man who is being sought by police.
Bengehla ebhasini yasenhlangano ngehla kuqeda ukuthengisa sinakehla ebhasini ngehla ngithi angothenga ligwayi lapha eMangipheleni.
I alighted from a bus that services Manzini and Hlangano with the intention of buying cigarettes from the street vendors when I noticed two people running towards Mangiphelile. One of them was carrying 2 stones in his hands. All of a sudden, they turned back, running as fast as they could. I then heard a loud gunshot noise, and when I tried to figure out what was happening, I started losing my strength, and I fell to the ground. I could not see who was shooting at me. I then heard a second gunshot, and later I learned that another person had been shot.
The Road Safety Council plans to meet ambassadors and diplomats in an effort to lobby them in addressing issues of road accidents in Eswatini. The council's chairperson, Dr. Fortunate Shabalala, says the council needs technical support, which will assist in vigorous awareness programs to eliminate fatal accidents. Dr. Fortunate has said this in Ezulwini.
This year, the Kingdom of Eswatini launched its road safety strategy for 2022 to 2030, which looks into reducing road accidents by 2030. The Eswatini Road Safety Council is working on engaging different stakeholders to try and get them involved in ensuring safety in the country's roads. On Tuesday, the council met with diplomats and ambassadors. The council's chairperson, Dr. Fortunate Shabalala, says as the council, they need different support. Shabalala says most accidents are human error. Vigorous awareness campaigns are greatly needed.
This January to June 30, so half a year, we already have had more than 3,000 road traffic accidents. And within those, we have lost 405 people. And 105 is a big number for a population of only 1 million. But we also have had close to 400 people who have been left either disabled or unable to continue to work simply because of road traffic accidents. So to us, that's a huge thing. One, because families have lost their loved ones. Two, because the people who are dying, according to statistics said, are people who are young, between the ages of 25 to 39. Le basanza kuphuma university noma emakoliji, le basangena emsebenzini, le basafaka umfutho in every way possible to the economy. So if we lose such people, we are losing them with their skills, the thing for the we can't recover that. It's a huge loss.
The country loses over 200 people annually due to fatal accidents. During the first quarter of 2023, the country lost over 100 people. For Eswatini TV News, Ndomlangeni, Themba Shabangu, Ezulwini.
Eswatini Tourism Authority acting head of marketing says events that were hosted in the Kingdom of Eswatini over the past weekend had a positive impact on the local tourism sector. Dlamini says they expect this coming weekend to attract tourists into the country.
We saw a lot of Eswatini dressing up and visiting these places, especially of keynote. We noted that the MTN I Praise actually packed Eswatini. A lot of Eswatini visited the MTN I Praise. They actually attended it. And we saw a lot of our neighboring countries, people coming from Mpumalanga also attended the MTN I Praise. So we're being told that the accommodation along the Manzini route and Ezulwini route was actually full. So this is a great indication to us, as you know, that our targets by 2025, we need to have received 2 million visitors and 2 billion receipts. We're so excited about the month of August as the tourism sector because it's going to be a busy month. The likes of the Swazi Rally, the Bikers event, the likes of the Reed Dance, which draws a lot of people into the country, even dignitaries, and also the likes of the Luchu Festival, which is happening this weekend. We're going to see eMaswati come out, dressing up, looking nice, and also attending the festival. But of note, it's very important to know that our neighboring countries, which is Maputo, Mozambique Tourism Authority, and also Mpumalanga Tourism Authority, they're also coming to exhibit at the Luchu Festival. So we're so excited to know that these people are supporting us, and we're hoping that tourism is going to grow. And also the trade fair, it's coming back after 3 years. So we're so excited, especially for the arts and craft industry, because we know that during COVID, they were not able to sell anything. But now, because everything has been opened up and the restrictions have been lifted, we are so excited that they are going to be selling something, and then they are going to be able to put food on the table.
The Center for Financial Inclusion under the FinClude project continues to train cluster group leaders from 2 regions on increasing productivity of their agribusinesses. CFI Communications Officer Nompumelelo Nhlabathi says the cluster leaders will mentor farmers in their respective communities. Nhlabathi said this during a workshop training held in Matapa.
The Center for Financial Inclusion through the FinClude project is looking to assist farmers with necessary information and skills to help farmers commercialize their agribusinesses. The Center for Financial Inclusion's Communications Officer Nompumelelo Nhlabathi says currently they are training cluster leaders who will mentor farmers in 2 regions of the country.
Inhloso lenkulu yaleli hlelo ukuthi FinClude akabe nawo business mentors lakataba lemimangweni ahlale phasi nalabalimi labasebenta kiwo lama clusters bakhone ukuchushisana ngetindlela tekulima kulimela libhizinisi.
Nhlabathi says they have observed that even though farmers are provided with extension officers, there is a need for other experienced people in the farming space to support them, especially farmers who work as a group. Nhlabathi says they are working with farmers who grow vegetables, legumes, and those who do feedlot, piggery, and poultry. Nhlabathi says they have also observed that farmers still struggle with markets, although the Ministry of Agriculture has been very helpful.
Ufikele project aka FinClude sesiyakhona kulinkwa to the market, siyalinkwa to ma finances.
Mkhulisi Khumalo, who is representing Stobeloni Group, says being part of FinClude has helped them in minimizing production costs since they are able to coordinate everything they need as a group. He says that they do not struggle with markets anymore. The cluster workshops are expected to move to other regions of the country. Eswatini TV News Sondomlangeni, Themba Shabangu, Matapa.
Dear viewers, and now take a look at our financial updates.
This sports update is proudly brought to you by eBet. Join our family of winners by visiting us today at ebet.co.sz. eBet, born to win.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV. We begin our sports roundup with the National Football Association, where its president, Peter Smelane, says the Confederation of the Africa Football CAF has agreed to assist the country with the construction of a new stadium that is at CAF and FIFA standards.
We begin our sports roundup with the National Football Association President, Peter Smelane, who has assured the nation that CAF is willing to assist the country in the construction of a facility at international level that will be able to host CAF and FIFA games.
In terms of infrastructure, sidzinga stadium if bangaslengelela kulelo hlangothi lelo.
Smelane says one of their main requests to CAF recently was to assist with the stadium, even though it has been noted that the same challenge is faced by over 20 African nations, where clubs and national teams have to play their home and continental games on away grounds.
Yini vele lokungasita lokuthi agcine lama countries onke anayo lama infrastructure. Ngiyacabanga nje la Africa sathola ukuthi
both Mavuso Sports Center and Somhla National Stadium have been banned by CAF as the two facilities do not meet the standards required by CAF. Moving to Eswatini Football Association, the newly elected chairman of the Eswatini Region Football Association, Ngosinathi Kunene, says football development will be his main priority as he takes office.
But it will be work on progress. However,
Kunene says his administration will ensure that all the 17 zonal leagues have got his full attention, which will contribute to the development of local football.
Angona and lichaza lelihle ebholeni laseshiselweni kuze ukuthi ibe kulesigaba lesi siyakholelwa ukuthi sitaqhubeka sibambisane sisebenzisane na.
Lastly, in our international news, Al Ittihad from Saudi Arabia has added another Premier League star to their league after completing a £40 million move for the Liverpool midfielder Fabinho, who is aged 29. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera with Thando Mdluli, Mbabane.
The Sports was proudly brought to you by eBet. Don't hesitate. Visit us today at ebet.co.sz. eBet, born to win.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Princess Melane, says if all Emaswati could work diligently in their respective places of work, the country can attain exponential growth in development. Eswatini stands to benefit from United Nations programs that seek to improve people's habitation, especially in informal settlements located in the peripheries of local cities and towns. The man who was shot while at Manzini bus rank on Sunday says he is still in the dark as to why he was shot. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.
Ngiyashisa emhlabeni wemvlomdzala ngizabongcono salungihlukanisela emkhathini wemhlaba nelithuna nize ningisi